attitude and the right frame of mind, I'm sure they will, and get the right result for Liverpool.
Okay, Ray, thank you very much. As you can see, there they are, almost ready, so we can hand over to our commentary team in Bucharest tonight, Ray Clements, and first, Jonathan Pearce.
Thanks, Steve. Good evening, everyone, from the Giuletti Stadium in the north of Bucharest. The city still struggling to come to terms with life after the revolution. 1,000 homeless children sleep rough in the streets. Liverpool did their best last night, a touching moment, presenting scarves and club shirts to a group of age-stricken youngsters. It perhaps puts tonight into perspective, and it is typical of Gerard Houlliers' management style. All those kids and everyone else here has clamoured to see Michael Owen in the flesh. 5 goals in 3 games, he is in red-hot form, and tonight's determined to emulate the scoring feats of Andy Cole and Rivaldo in Europe this week to prove he's up there amongst the best again. Confirmation of the 2 champions. Bernard Diarmed, the £3 million French international, makes his debut in midfield after a pre-season injury, and Christian Ziege starts for the first time. Both players came through a specially arranged practice match against the Youth Academy on Monday. Robbie Fowler, recovering from an ankle injury, also played in that game, and he's on the bench along with Vegard Hegem, who hasn't played since the European Championships for Liverpool. It's a strong-looking bench as well, so belying the fact that they're missing those key players, Huppier, Berger, McAllister, Smeetser, Camera missing, and Steven Gerrard suffering a reaction to his groin strain in the weekend win against Manchester City. He didn't travel either. Still, no Jamie Redknapp. He's expected to be back in February or March. Christian Ziege is preferred to Traoré on the left-hand side. In front of him, Diarmed. He's fast and tricky and very nearly made the side for the French World Cup final in 1998. He dropped out after the group stage but was preferred at one time to Emmanuel Petit. Nicky Barmby switches to the right-hand side. Michael Owen seen as the main danger here, Ray, after his goals against Romania in the World Cup 98 and Euro 2000. He lost both those games. I can't see lightning striking thrice.
Well, neither can I, Jonathan. It's a familiar formation, 4-4-2 for Liverpool. Obviously, as you mentioned there, it'll be very interesting to see Ziege and Diarmed down that left-hand side, a new partnership, to see how that works out today. And of course, Nick Barmby playing his first European game on the right-hand side for his club side. Owen and Heskey will be the danger, and it'll be very interesting to see how Owen is looked after by Rapid's defenders.
Rapid mid-table here. They've no great pedigree in Europe, going out of the Champions League preliminaries last season to Skonto Riga, who were then well beaten by Chelsea. Buta, Iftodi, Maldorosanu, Stanciu, all internationals. They play with Stanciu sweeping, 2 markers. Maldorosanu, Iftodi have the job of getting up with the front man, Panku. Now, coach Jordi Ionescu knows Gerard Houllier well. I doubt very much, Ray, though, he's second-guessed the Frenchman.
I doubt that very much. Gerard Houllier has got plenty of reports on how Rapid play. We see the system there, it's a 3-5-2, and of course, as you mentioned there, Maldorosanu and Iftodi are the 2 playmakers, and it's very important that Carragher and Haman don't let those 2 get a grip of the game. Don't be surprised though if you see Constantine drop back into that midfield to make virtually a 6-man midfield at times.
The referee is Nikolai Valkarts of Denmark in his first game at this level involving an English club. It's a very warm night after furnace-like sunshine today. The air rather tainted by the pollution, which has caused so many ecological problems here. About 12,000 paying up to £10 for tickets, half the average weekly wage here. Around about 250 Liverpool supporters amongst them. The pitch, let me tell you, is covered, absolutely covered in clover. It'll be Liverpool then in the orange and black, yellow and black, whatever colour you'd like to call it, with the black side panels about to kick us off and underway, kicking from right to left against Rapid Bucharest. And this Liverpool's first trip to this city since they were really roughed up physically in a Champions Cup semi-final back in 1984, which boiled over, Graham Souness having broken the jaw of one of the Dinamo Bucharest players in the first leg. This is Buta, one of the internationals in the Rapid side. And Christian Ziege, on his debut, cuts it out and the ball pushed away, nearly out of play. Ziege with the blonde hair, Ray, and certain to add some Germanic steel to that Liverpool back four tonight.
Well, he's got tremendous experience at this level, obviously. He's naturally left side, as we all know. Not only will he give him experience at the back, he's tremendous at getting forward and overlapping, and he'll be very, very dangerous if Liverpool get free kicks around Rapid's box.
Buta with a throw-in. This is Panku, the main front runner for them. Has one goal and got it in the last game against Gloria Bistrita. Only a second league victory of the campaign. It took them exactly mid-table 8. Now Madrasa. Didi Haman, still a strong Liverpool side despite the injuries. And Babel. Vastly experienced with Bayern and Hamburg. UEFA Cup winner in 1996 for the German side. And an early touch for Sandor Westerveld, criticised some of the papers recently for his performances, lacking a little bit of confidence perhaps after a disappointing performance for him in the European Championship finals. Good challenge by Haman. Looking for Ziegler. German combination and an early feel of the ball for Răzvan Lucescu. He's the son of Mircea Lucescu, who left the coaching job here in the summer to go to Galatasaray. Ball over the top of Rigobert Song. An offside flag raised. Song, only his second appearance of the season for Liverpool. And now Babel. Concho, who's formed such a good partnership at the back with Sami Hyypiä over the last 12 months or so. Only conceded 25 goals when they've started together 32 times. Emil Heskey. One or two of the Rapid Bucharest journalists were telling me over the last 24 hours how they worry about Heskey's power, especially in the air, let alone Michael Owen. Nicky Barmby on. This is Bernard Diomede. He's played one reserve team game since his pre-season injury against Aston Villa and scored. Came through that practice match on Monday. So did Ziga, a 60-minute game. Looking for the run of Michael Owen. And everyone has wanted to see Owen. Everyone's wanted his signature here, including one or two of the Rapid Bucharest players. Simply on fire. How anyone could have written off Michael Owen after simply a season full of injury worries beyond me, Ray.
Well, that was the problem, wasn't it? It was the injuries. He's now more confident. He feels he's not got a problem. He can get through games, and he's showing that by back to fine goal-scoring form. Looking at the man who's got the problem of looking after him, it's Enshi, the man on the ball now. I think he's the one who's got the responsibility of looking after him. Wherever the ball changes hands, the first thing Enshi looks for is where is Michael Owen.
Away again then, on show. And this is Ienshi. Again, Carragher quickly to close, wearing the captain's armband so proudly. Jamie Carragher. Alderasanu tried the turn. Now Diomede. To Nicky Barmby. Skips beyond a rather cumbersome challenge of Mutika. Owen. Stanciu, the libero, the sweeper, drawn out. Now Diomede, looking for Heskey. Mutika was there. And Panku dropping very deep. Iftodi, one of the 6 midfield players, they call them midfield, although they are playing with 2 up front early on. Panku and Constantine. No great surprises here in the Rapid Bucharest side. It's exactly the team that Gerard Houllier thought they'd play. Really done his homework well in this one. Away, Alderashanu. Half a chance here for Panku on the edge of the penalty area. Panku drives it across and was away by Rigobert Song. And an early worry for Liverpool as Angel Iordanescu, the Rapid Bucharest manager, leaves the dugout. That a real early worry.
Well, that was a tremendous clearance by Roberto Song there. Ziegler and Babel got in trouble there with each other. Finished up there with a shot across the goal, and Westerveld could do nothing about it, and Roberto Song coming in behind managed to clear the ball.
Early worries for a Liverpool defence which has been jittery of late. Good header away though. It was Babel who got it out. Maldorashanu will take this throw-in. Constantine makes the run. Show tucked up behind him, Nikolai Constantine, signed from the Ploesti side. Liverpool have their experience against them, of course, in the last 25 years as well, in the Cup Winners' Cup, if my memory serves me correctly. Alderashanu Takes on Diomed. Strong run here by the international. Westerveld was handily placed, but a strong run by the 5 times capped Romanian international. He wasn't picked for the Euro 2000 finals. He's one of 9 players in this squad to represent Romania in a game last January against Mexico. Owen is fouled. But although they have those 9 internationals in the squad, really they're only middling in the table, as I say, and over the 2 legs, Liverpool very strong favourites, and rightly so. Didi Hamann shapes to take the free kick. This is Carragher. Ziga, his first start for Liverpool, came on against Manchester City, looks for Heskey's header. And that's the first effort we've seen from Liverpool, and Heskey applauds the decision, which causes Lucescu, the goalkeeper, consternation. The referee's given a corner here. And Emil Heskey quick to applaud, but I'm not too sure whether the referee's got that one right. Let's have a look at it again, Ray.
Well, Heskey clearly gets his head on the ball there, and obviously the referee feels that he heads it onto Mutica, but certainly it didn't appear that from the replay, and certainly a very, very confident take there by Lucescu.
Very experienced is Lucescu, joined Rapid this season. It's the 3rd Bucharest side for him, and this now is Buta with an early delivery off Song. And the game remarkably stretched after just 7 minutes.
Yes, there certainly have been, and Nicky Barmby, as good a player as he is, you don't want to see him in that position defending. There's a good cross into the box there, and Song yet again making an excellent defensive clearance.
Second effort in this move from Fascinanu. First was blocked. Now Maldorosanu. That's a tricky player. Angel Iordanescu has had to reshape this side completely. 11 summer signings. Maldorosanu in the shop window, as many of these Romanians are. Will they be the next Hagi, Dumitrescu, or so on, to move away abroad? Stanciu. He was captain the build-up to 96 in the Euro. Stanciu didn't make the finals. There's Gerard Houllier, looking pensive. Heskey. Liverpool won that game against Dinamo here in the mid-80s. 2-1. Ian Rush got both the goals, and Sammy Lee had scored the home goal on the bench, of course, tonight for Liverpool. That's a good ball up to Constantine, isolated with Honchot. Iftodi busy in midfield. Daniel Iftodi been around a bit, 32 now. Mutica, tall, lacks mobility, they say here. Owen, maybe get a chance to exploit that a little bit later on. Stanciu, the sweeper. Babel's brought his man down. Constantine has won the free kick. Nikolai Constantine, signed from Ploesti, as we said, mainly used as a substitute here this season, and was certainly tagged by Babel. Now this is a worry. Fascinanu spotting the ball up. Scored 1 goal in 6 games this season. Stanciu also backing away, but it will be Fascinanu with the dig. Bounces off a man, and a comfortable one for Sando Westerveld in the Liverpool goal. It's for Diomed. Diomed, signed from Auxerre for £3 million. Got injured against Glentoran in the pre-season, as did Robbie Fowler. Good to see Robbie Fowler back on the bench. Good for club and good for country as well.
Yes, it's good to see him on the bench, but obviously I think Gerard Houllier said yesterday and today that fabulous to see him on the bench, but he's still got to get a number of games under his belt before he's ready to actually play in the first team.
Maldorosanu, it's a lovely ball. Fascinanu take on Song. Song may have got a touch. On show. Burley in the challenge, but fair, said the referee, who was 10 yards away. Owen turns. Heskey's onside. Barmby tearing and far side, just outside your picture. This is Heskey to their ball line, looking for Barmby, and it was taken away by Iftodi. But a clever run by Nicky Barmby in support. Good work by Heskey and Owen in the first place.
Well, tremendous work by Owen to lose his marker first of all, and then Heskey timed his run perfectly. But then, of course, when the ball was knocked in, Nicky Barmby was trying his best to get on that far post, but Iftodi there just got in front of him and headed it away. But it started off an excellent move between Owen and Heskey.
Barmby the corner kick, too high for Babel. Well, they were a little bit overconfident in there then. But this is Maldorosano. Iftodi. Jamie Carragher harassing. Carragher, lad from Bootle, so proud to wear the armband. This is Emil Heskey. Ziga in support. Owens in at the near post. Barmby in there! Good save! So I think he saw it late actually, coming from behind. Ienchi, the defender, and Nicky Barmby completely lost his man in there.
Well, we saw there what Christian Ziga will give to Liverpool. It's a tremendous ball in there, and Nicky Barmby arriving totally unmarked. I think that certainly Rapid are so obsessed with Owen and Heskey and how they deal with them up the front that Nicky Barmby is going to find those spaces, and he is tremendous at breaking from the middle of the field and finding spaces and getting on the end of things. And let's remember he started on the right-hand side of the midfield but got into that near-post area, and it took a good save to stop him from putting Liverpool in front.
Barmby yet to net for the club, having moved across Stanley Park. This is Rigobet's song. Heskey, inevitably the target. Stanciu got it away. 10 years in the Rapid Bucharest first team, Stanciu. Buta, one of the new signings, looks for Panku. Stefan Oncho was put a little bit square onto the run but did well in the end. And the man gives the ball away, which will displease Gerard Houllier. And Phil Thompson down there on the Liverpool bench. You just saw a sight there of Iordanescu, who was manager of, well, terrific Romania side in World Cup 1994. Imaginative and so creative. 1998, of course. You remember them painfully in Toulouse. Actually, he scored against you from the penalty spot with Iordanescu here many years ago.
So you informed me before the game. I'd actually forgot about that.
Apparently you nearly got a finger to it right. It was, well, blisteringly powerful as well.
I'll be lucky if I probably went the right way for it.
His son's on the books here, Edward, but doesn't feature in the first team. This is Mutica, long ball. Double block, but Iftodi in support. Away by Ziga. Now Diomede. Michael Owen. Buta, Cornel Buta seeing a lot of the ball. They once for Romania last spring. The man, now one of 3 Germans in this Liverpool starting lineup. I wonder if Stan Boardman's had to change his act at all. Big Liverpool fan. Prasinanu. There's Constantine wide. Well, he's gone for a Beckham. Prasinanu went for the outrageous long-range effort, and Westerveld backpedaling judged it cleanly.
Well, he certainly looked up there and saw Westerveld was off his line in a good starting position for the through ball and thought, why shouldn't I have a go at the chip? And it was a good effort, but I think Westerveld certainly would have had it covered if it had dropped underneath the bar.
1 clean sheet in 5 games this season for Liverpool. Sandor Westerveld on the opening day, it came against Bradford. Yenshi away, Carragher, and now Diomede. Heskey stumbled somewhat. Owen has Ziga outside him. The cross bounced awkwardly, and Stanciu concedes Liverpool's 3rd corner kick of the game. There's Heskey in on the goalkeeper. Far post is Owen. Barmby will take the corner kick. Carragher's in there as well on the edge of the box. But it's near post to Ziga. And the keeper dropped it. Diomed goes quickly by Frasinanu, who's come all the way across from the left to cover. Now on show. Abel stayed forward, out by Mutika. The Song has gone beyond this man now, Panku, who can turn. The cover's by Haman. Panku still. And a free kick game by the 23-year-old summer signing from Timișoara. He was top scorer there for a couple of years, Panku.
Well, they're certainly going to have to be careful with Panku, because any time around the penalty box or anywhere in the field he's throwing himself to the ground, and Liverpool defenders are going to have to be careful when he's around the opposition box.
Well, this is a promising break. Barmby, fed by Song, had to stretch for the cross, and Yenchi brings it away. Seek Buta. Ziga touched it. Onshow has time. Ziga, who was brutally criticised by the German press for a mistake made against England in the Euros, led to Alan Shearer's goal. They put it down to him many quarters in German football. Isaila into Maldarasanu, and Stanciu has it once again. Club captain Mutika. Liverpool have given it away cheaply. Isaila and Vesterveld on hand to amble out. Strange really that the best, tightest defence in the Premiership last season has been conceding goals at an alarming rate. Also scoring for fun of late. They failed to find the back of the net the last 5 at the back end of last season. Ziga finds Barmby though. Eski's touch was poor. Maldarashanu. And the check was by Haman. Sent off at Arsenal on the opening Monday of the season to have the red card rescinded. Quite rightly so. Maldarashanu. "18 minutes gone, still goalless." Playing the ball around in typical Iordanescu style, a Rapid Bucharest. Always encouraged his sides, whoever he's been with, to play, and was a fine player himself with Stau, won the Champions Cup with them in fact.
Yes, certainly he's a tremendous coach. He's proved it with the international side. And of course, you know, what he's got here is he's got a virtually new bunch of players. A lot of them have only come into the club this year, and he's gelled them into a very good unit. They haven't had the best start to the season, but having said that, there'll still be a very difficult side for Liverpool to win here tonight against, I think.
This is Emil Heskey to Diomed, slants it in, beyond Owen, but Barmby, can he keep the ball in play? He'll have to go some. And the assistant referee, Finn-Erik Rasmussen, right up with the play. Promising diagonal ball darted in. The VIPs we've just seen there up in the stands. Now, this was a very popular club around about the Revolution time, Rapid, because it was non-aligned. It wasn't the Army Club, it wasn't the Secret Police Club, it was the Railway Workers Club, and it had support from genuine workers, and that's why a lot of the politicians then allied themselves with this outfit. Not too sure if they're still here. It's not been a great period of success for Rapid. Owen was offside. Settled into a tighter pattern now. It's really very open in the first 5 or 6 minutes.
It was for a European game, yes, but at the moment Liverpool are looking very solid, looking comfortable at the back, and you know, with Nicky Barmby roaming from that midfield position there, he's the one that looks like he might try and break down certainly Rapid's marking system at the back.
Owen was fouled. England against Germany coming up, of course, in the World Cup qualifier. I think the whole nation wants to see him in the starting lineup, but forget him, what a good job Andy Cole did in France for me as the lone front runner.
Well, he did, yes. He held the ball up very well, was unfortunate on a couple of occasions not to score. And of course he's still in great form, got 3 goals last night in the Champions League, which homely feat against anybody.
Barmby's free kick. Heskey on the end of it with the end sheet. Second header of the game for Emil Heskey. As I say, they were worried about his power in the air here.
They won't be the first team that's been worried about his strength and power, will they?
And about 18,000 expected for the game, I would say. About 15,000 in the ground. Owen is onside. He's got Barmby in support. Chance for Liverpool. Oh, off the woodwork. Crisp drive by Barmby as it came to him first time and hit the angle.
Well, there's one or two players looking as though it might have been offside, but it certainly wasn't. Enchi on this far near side to us was certainly playing Michael Owen on, and when it was played to Nicky Barmby, he had one thought in his mind, and the goalkeeper didn't even move for it, but it was the post that bailed out Rapid.
Blistering drive by Nicky Barmby, deserved better. Liverpool settling into a rhythm. Warm night. Temperatures today around the main controversial House of the People, beat by Nicolae Ceausescu, 90 degrees in the shade. This is Ziga. And again, Heskey plodding through the middle. The ball looking for Diomed.
It was the right idea there from Ziegler, but unfortunately, we mentioned the pitch beforehand, it is very firm and the ball will shoot off it, and although Ziegler had the right idea trying to play Diomed in there, it just shot off the turf because the pitch is so firm underneath.
Chesko away. These Rapid Bucharest players earn in a year what some of the Liverpool players earn in a month. It is still a vast amount for this country, where the average wage is £800 a year. Babel for Liverpool. And again, just turned 28, Marcus Babel. Good ball there, looking for Barmby. Off balance as he tried to draw it back. And the referee gets the free kick against Emil Heskey. Was the ball loose for him to go for? It's taken quickly. Casinanu. Cornel Puta. Was the ball loose for Heskey to go for? Well, it seemed to me as if it was. Westerveld to the head at Bianchi again. Ziga caught the wrong side, having a little nibble there at the Rapid Bucharest talented wide man Maldorosanu. He goes Liverpool's way in the end. He just got caught wrong side there, Ziga, for a minute.
Yes, I think, to be fair, Phil Thompson has been out of the box 2 or 3 times about Ziga defensively. When he's going forward, he's looked good, and he's got 2 or 3 good crosses in. But he's a little bit complacent defensively, and certainly on a couple of occasions, Rapid have had a little bit of success down in the left-back position.
Heskey looking to see where support was. Barmby was the support. Came off the defender to him. Now Ziga. Over Diomed, beyond Heskey. Now Iftori, another of the Romanian internationals in the side, twice capped. Casinanu, wasn't a good touch. That's Isaila, looking for Buta. And again, Ziga caught a little bit out. Not played first team football really since the Euro Championships, Christian Ziga, because of the dispute with Middlesbrough. Came on against Manchester City at the weekend. Played around about half an hour, I think it was, and then played against the youth team on Monday for 60 minutes. Danger here for Liverpool. Free kick in by Iftodi. Throw off Buta. No petrol shortage here A litre of petrol costs about 33 pence. There's a big, ironically for what's happening back at home, or what has been happening, there's a big petrol and gas exhibition here in Conference at the moment. No trouble for supporters to get here. I'm just wondering why the crowd is below what they thought. There is great interest in English football in Romania, always has been, and there are Manchester United shirts just dotted around. There's a David Beckham one around about 200 yards away from where we sit at the moment, way up at the back of one of the terraces. Maldarasanu. Diomede again, seeks Heskey, and away by Mutika. Maldarasanu, Iftodi. Recovering by Heman. It's a wretched ball away by Ziga. Wins it back. Screens it powerfully and now finds Heskey. He was dumped a little bit late by Mutika. I tell you, Phil Thompson down on the touchline below us didn't like that challenge. Liverpool so experienced in Europe. It's their 28th campaign. Winners of this, 73 and 76, you remember them well, right?
Yes, certainly. The last year is obviously a big blow to Liverpool not being in Europe. You know, it's part of Liverpool's tradition about being in European football means so much to the club and the supporters. So they'll be pleased to be back in this tournament this year, although disappointed not to have got in the Champions League. And it'll be very important to the club for them to progress a long way in this tournament.
They've only missed out on Europe twice in a possible 30 years of qualifying campaigns. This is Owen, dummy, and he's away from Stanchuk. Barmby again joining in the middle. Owen this time goes alone. Still Michael Owen. Owen, great run to Barmby. Onside! Nicky Barmby scores. The flag stays down. The goal stands. Owen, who's been in blistering form as a goal taker, turns goal creator. And Nicky Barmby nets for the first time for Liverpool in his first game in Europe for the club.
Well, a tremendous goal. And Michael Owen there did everything right, didn't he? He's got in front of his marker. There is no chance of him getting back. Slips another marker. Looks like he's going to shoot then. Could shoot now, but does the sensible thing. Plays it to Nicky Barmby, and Nicky Barmby will not get an easier European goal than that. Takes it calmly and coolly. Nicky there has looked a danger throughout this first half, this first period. He's broke forward. He's already hit the bar. Nearly got a header on the back post. But it's this man, Michael Owen, just slotting the ball through to him. And there you go, Nicky. There's an early Christmas present for you.
It was Mutika who was playing him onside, and I think Mutika was cautioned afterwards for dissent. But Liverpool do have a problem. Emil Heskey is limping. I wonder who Michael Owen will have as a strike partner if Heskey goes off. The answer, of course, Robbie Fowler back in action. Offside this time against Constantine. There's Heskey's problem. He's signalling to the bench. And I don't think he's going to carry on too much longer, Emil Heskey. Was that the challenge about 4 or 5 minutes ago on the halfway line when they went through him, I wonder?
I think it possibly was, yes. Certainly they caught him and say it must have been 4 or 5 minutes, and he's getting worse. He really is struggling to put his weight on it now. And he's already signalled across to the bench. He hasn't signalled across that he's actually out of the game, but he's signalled to his wrist as though to say how long is it to go before half-time. And he certainly needs, looks as though the way he's walking, that he needs some treatment of some kind.
Gerard Houllier has sent Murphy and Fowler to warm up. Meanwhile, it's Liverpool's 4th corner kick of the night. They had the game by the scruff of the neck. Heskey hobbles to the near post, virtually a passenger. There he is, though, bravely in again. And out by Maldarasanu. Constantine, the lone front runner, Song with him. Strong, isn't he, Constantine? The support is by Iftodi. Half an hour played. And that Barmby goal gives Liverpool the advantage. Crucial away strike. But that's a problem. They fly straight back to the southeast after the game, Liverpool, or tomorrow morning it is actually, but they go straight to the southeast for Sunday's game against West Ham. They're staying down in the London area in preparation for that. I wonder if Emil Heskey will be fit. Here's the goal again, and Mutika clearly playing Nicky Barmby onside. There's Murphy, Danny Murphy, 23 now. Back to Crewe on loan, didn't he? Started there, of course, with Dario Gradi. Just sharpened up his fitness levels in that game against the youth team on Monday. The rhythmic clap you can hear in the background is by the Rapid fans. There are 800 armed police here tonight. 250 Liverpool fans. I think it's a little bit excessive. I think mainly, though, the Rapid supporters do have a bit of a reputation here. Liverpool fans throughout the city have been in jubilant mood, perky mood all day.
Well, I'm just looking down at the bench and it looks very much like it was Danny Murphy.
This is Diomed looking for Owen.
It looks very much like it will be Murphy that will be coming on, and obviously Gerard Houllier, they've got the goal that they wanted, and now is a chance to shore up things.
Maldorosanu offside against Constantine, and he's perplexed. Angel Irdănescu, just out of your picture, absolutely fuming, but he's what?
He's only 2 or 3 yards offside, isn't he?
He's bus ride offside, Ray. Well, Liverpool will be sending on Danny Murphy imminently. Liverpool fans are saying fine voice. Spoke to 2 or 3 of them, Les Wright and Graham Taylor. Lad called Mad Dog earlier on in the day. I said, well done to all the real supporters who've come over. It's a barb to a couple of lads who didn't make it. Dave Bell and Dave Campbell, who normally travel apparently. Lucescu then with the goal kick for Rapid Bucharest. A man to Barmby. Now Iftodi. Fascinanu. He's a creative player, and quite a dangerous player, but playing deep where he is, I don't think he's going to hurt Liverpool.
And every time he tries to break forward, he just leaves Nicky Barmby totally free, and therefore if Liverpool regain possession, Nicky Barmby is always in a position to attack them.
Here comes Danny Murphy for Liverpool. Chester lad, 3rd game of the season. That's about the 3rd or 4th time the 4th official down there has tugged the shirt of a Liverpool player. He may be a tactile man, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't know about you back at home. Ron Johnny is his name. The 4th official down there. So, a worry for the Premiership games to come with Emil Heskey hobbling off.
Well, it is, but he's indicated to the physio and the doctor there that it looked like it might be his ankle, but he's actually indicating that it's his thigh. He's taken a knock on his thigh, and it might be a dead leg. If that is the case, then hopefully that wouldn't be as bad as a twist of his ankle, which it appeared it might be in the first place.
This is Mutika. It is a dead leg, we've heard. News from the touchline, it's a dead leg, and that's much better news, just a precaution, I think.
Well, it is. I mean, certainly they can still be very painful and sometimes take time to recover, but certainly not as long as a bad twist of the ankle, which, you know, when he first got tackled, it looked like it was his ankle that took the full force of the tackle.
Certainly it's not been a hugely physical game as it was here when Liverpool were playing Dinamo in the 80s. It really was a war. The Beast of War is Channel 5's film tonight after the football. By the by. Man to Barmby. Caught a little bit late, Barmby, there by Fascinanu. anthem at the moment, or a version of it, which will cheer Bernard Diomed, I guess. Rigobert Song, Cameroon international. As Murphy on the edge of the penalty area. Behind him was Ian Chenzi. Again, Liverpool with a flag kick. No Heskey to hit at this time. Babel, I guess, will be the target as he goes in there now. Handballs forward. Only Owen inside the penalty area at the moment, though. That's Babel. Behind him, Carragher, and now Ziga arriving late. It was Babel behind him. Hooked out. Not yet away by Panku. It is now. Carragher. Block and a break on. This is Panku. Through the middle, Isaela. Men on the left-hand side. Uftoni arriving. And a poor piece of control. And Didi Hamann breaks it up. And now Liverpool can break themselves. Murphy. Barnby. Hamann looking for Murphy's run in there. For Buta. Poor cross by Buta. One of the summer signings. Perplexing night for Iordanescu. And for Romania as an international, some 60 caps. 64 to be precise. Very warm greeting by Gerard Houllier when he saw Iordanescu last night here in the ground. Liverpool trained, and then immediately afterwards, Rapid cut the grass. That's an old trick. I remember Leeds coming here one year and to play Stour, I think it was, and they actually trained in one stadium. They thought the game was going to be played in that stadium, and it was changed at a moment's notice to another stadium. To go before the break. Liverpool 1-0 up. Buta with the throw. Handling across is Constantine. This is where Liverpool need to keep the concentration going for another 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, it is, but they do look comfortable, and certainly Rapid for me are a sort of very right-sided team. They go through, which we talked about before. Maldarashin, he's a playmaker, he likes to play everything down this right-hand side. Butu comes down there, balls are played to the right-hand channel for the two strikers, Constantine and Panku. So they really play into one area all the time, and at the moment Liverpool are coping with it very, very easily, apart from one or two little scares in the early moments.
Don't have any great record in Europe, Rapid. The year Ray and Liverpool won the UEFA Cup was 73. They had their best ever European campaign. They reached the quarterfinals of the Cup Winners' Cup. Here they have a free kick. And a yard from the dead ball line then. This will be whipped in. Oakley with the free kick. Laying it back. The danger, and Krasinanu again seen, but the left foot shot from there was very, very unlikely to beat Sandor Vesterveld.
Well, to start off with, it was a long way out, but having said that, to strike the ball with accuracy, the ball coming across your body onto your left foot from that angle was a very, very difficult technique to try and deal with, and certainly, although you've got lots of power, never actually had the direction.
Vesterveld untroubled. Owen. This is where Liverpool wanted us in. Isolated with Muta, but very wide. Mutika again. Maldarasanu, perhaps the best of the Rapid players. Diomed sticking to him, dogging him well. Ziga has time. Hamad. Song's away up there to the top of your picture. Gerard Houllier will be concerned with the number of times Liverpool have given the ball away when they've been easing into possession.
Yes.
This is, sorry, Ray.
No, that's right, yes. There's been times when they've not been under pressure, certainly from the back when they've given the ball away needlessly. But I think, coming up to half-time, Gerard will be very, very pleased with their performance. Of course, they've got the away goal. That's a tremendous boost in European football to start off with. The only downside really will be for Gerard is that they've lost Emil Heskey. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but certainly they have lost him to an injury.
Again, a nice combination between Buta and Maldarasanu. The final ball was long. Yensi away, Buta again back to him. Nikai Adrian Yensi. From Pietrelcina, who finished third in the league here last season. A poor campaign last time around for Stour, although they lead the table at the moment from the Bacau club. Now Dirihima. Song has bags of room out there. Main problem, the toilet roll thrown out onto the pitch. Todi combining with Isaila Casinano. Good to Constantine. If Todi looks for a turn again to Constantine. Abel was a little bit hesitant. Was he expecting Westerveld to come out quicker than he did?
Yes, certainly when the ball was knocked through, I think Rabel thought that Westerveld would be there straight away. Westerveld had hesitated just slightly, and it just gave the Rapid striker just a glimmer of hope, but thankfully Westerveld is very, very quick on his feet and got there and smothered it comfortably.
Maldarasanu dispossessed. The man's had a tidy game in there. Oh, that was ragged. Now Diomed looking to put Murphy away. Mutika chases across. Murphy lets a little bit of support across there. Can't be provided at the end. This is Song, caught up a little bit under his feet. Offside, minute to go on the half. Liverpool looking for 13th away win in 35 games in UEFA Cup matches. Won over 100 matches in Europe over the years. Manku though, risky challenge by Anjou, and the referee was very close to it.
Well, we mentioned before, the slightest touch is likely to go down. That's exactly what he did, and this now is a vital moment in the game. We're right on half-time. Liverpool defend this well, then it's good omens for the second half. If Rapid manage to sneak one from this free kick, then it'll give them a massive lift going into that second period.
Westerveld lines up a four-man wall. There's Carragher, there's Murphy, Ziga in there as well. No others joining in. Iftodi is standing on the ball. Just behind him is Manku. The free kick hits the wall, and Panku, rather agricultural with the finish in the end.
Yes, a very tame end, and thankfully Liverpool it was. There was no real conviction there when Iftodi actually hit the free kick. It was very comfortably placed into the wall, and Panku again just swung his right leg at it, never got over it. It was high, wide and handsome, as they say.
There's the end of the 1 minute of stoppage time. Carragher. Teammate has Ziege just out of the picture to the right if he wanted him. But the half-time whistle blows, and Liverpool, after a positive opening by both sides, finally got to grips with it and took that lead through Nicky Barmby on 28 minutes after great work by Michael Owen, turning his man, racing away, setting up Nicky Barmby. The home defence thought Barmby was offside. He clearly wasn't. He tucked in his first for the club, and Liverpool at the break go in 1-0 up.
Yeah, so Nick
Down the right-hand side in combination, and quite neat combination at times, with Marius Maldorosanu, who is certainly one of the most talented Rapid Bucharest players on show. But it was Liverpool who bossed the first half and have the advantage, and should use that now as a platform for an even more successful night. This is Maldorosanu now. I just wonder whether he'll have more freedom to break forward down that far side from us then. The Rapid Bucharest right in this second period. Ray Clements, your thoughts on that substitution?
Well, immediately Maldorosanu has gone back to that right wing-back position. He had a lot of the ball on the right-hand side in the first half, and obviously they feel that if he can get the ball out there, he'll use it better than what Butu did in the first half. But certainly, although he's a very good playmaker, if Liverpool can get at him and DMN can get at him, then it'll test him defensively, because I don't think he's the best player when it comes to defending.
Schumacher calling for it, the substitute, and getting it, playing in a slightly deeper role, with Constantine and Panku up front. If Todi is in an offside position. Just watching again the shot from Murphy at the start of the second period. Easily dealt with by Razvan Lucescu. Rigobert Song with the free kick for Liverpool. 24-year-old. Started off with the Tonnerre Yaoundé club in the Cameroon. Very emotional player. He used to cry when he lost a game at international level. He was the youngest player ever sent off in the World Cup finals, you remember, in 1994, was it? The 98 World Cup finals too, Song. Song away, clearly offside in the middle. So he'll take the free kick himself. Away by Mutika. Just joined us, Liverpool 1-0 up. Emil Heskey off with a dead leg in the first half. Nicky Barmby got the goal. Song's throw in. Barmby, not really in the middle. Done better in the centre for a corner there, Nicky Barmby. No need for Liverpool to stretch it. No need for Liverpool to up the tempo of this one.
Now the pressure's all on Rapid. They're the side that's got to force it, and obviously they made a substitution to try and do that. But I say if DMN does his job on that left-hand side, he may well keep their best playmaker in a defensive situation, and that'll take an awful lot away from their team.
I mentioned in the first half that Fascinanu might be wasted in this deep-lying left wing-back role, and now Iordanescu has now pulled his other creative player, Maldorosanu, similarly deep. This is Diomede. And Maldorosanu, if Tofty forward. Panku down, if Toddy in support again. Broken up by Carragher, Barmby. And now Herman. Diomede looks for Murphy, and behind him Nicolai Stanchu, the captain of Rapid Bucharest, to Ienchi. Ziege slaps it away. Oh, wasn't particularly pretty from Mutika. This is the goal scorer then, Nicky Barmby. Few eyes raised when he went across from Goodison Park in the summer. He's in a fine spell in his career at the moment, Barmby. Lost his way for a while. He's really bounced back to form for club and country. Here he is. chasing by Jamie Carragher, pinning them in.
He's done a good job there this evening, Jamie Carragher. He's sat in front of the back four there with Dietmar Hamann, and he's really swept up things, and he's been very, very disciplined. He's never wandered away from that position. He tidied things up, kept it simple, and kept the ball moving for Liverpool.
Ziege misjudged that a little bit, and Panku from the substitute Schumacher. Panku looking to play Iftori in. Now Hamann. Barmby supporting him outside. Hamann holds, still Dietmar Hamann. Barmby will follow up for Liverpool. A ripper. But offside given against Nicky Barmby. Certainly hit it with power again. Hamann, as the first touch came in, Barmby was offside, and now gaining advantage by being in that position, seemed to be offside. Schumacher, the substitute again. Looking here for Isaila. Same effort. Daniel Isaila, signed from Brasov after 4 seasons there, yet to score for Rapid Bucharest. Still the noise from the home fans in a crowd that, as we said, is around about maybe as low as 12,000 looking around. It'll be Liverpool fans celebrating tonight. Works out at around about 28 pence a pint of beer over here.
While we're watching the game here, Jonathan, Emil Heskey has just come out of the dressing room and walked back.
Chance for Owen. Well, he was put in neatly on the edge of the box. He was onside, and really it should have been 2 for Liverpool in his current vein of form.
Well, certainly it should, but to be fair to the keeper, Lucescu there, he kept his hands up, kept himself big, and managed to get the ball as Michael Owen tried to chip it over him. Sears gets his hands up above his body. Michael tries to chip it over him, but Lucescu makes a very, very good save, to be fair.
Here he is again, though, Owen. Defence is all over the place, looking for Barmby. Squeezed out by Mutika in the air. But Barmby supporting well, Owen's electrifying pace. And you feel there's more goals in this for Liverpool yet. Sorry, Ray, what were you saying about Heskey?
Well, he's just walked down to the trainer's bench there. Obviously, he's changed back into his tracksuit now and everything, and he's still limping quite heavily. So that bang that he got is obviously a bit more serious than what we first thought.
Heskey are down for Sunday at West Ham. Murphy to Barmby. Shoulder of Owen, as he has been. This is Bernard Diemé. Get up, says the referee. No free kick given. This is where Mutika squeezed out Nicky Barmby. No sign of Rapid really mounting a threat at this stage. Iftodi. Schumacher. Ziege with a challenge. And Hamann. Breaks for Barmby. Danny Murphy simply gave him a glare. It wasn't a good return ball. Won the cup in 1998, their first success since 1975. Then the league the following year, only the second time they've been champions in Romania. Previous to that, and following the 89 revolution, they went through a very barren spell. Ianchi to Maldorosanu. 25 Maldorosanu. Isaila. Schumacher. Releasing Krasinanu. Chance here, right foot. We've seen him strike it with the left wide in the game. That's his 3rd shot of the match, all off target, Krasinanu.
He certainly gets lots of power, not afraid to have a shot from any sort of distance, but he doesn't get the accuracy to go with that distance, and hopefully that will continue to be so throughout this second half. But a promising move from Rapid in the first one we've really seen in this second half. because at the start of this second half, they started to look a bit like a team that had lost belief and they could actually do anything against Liverpool.
Lance Dahl, well done Danny Murphy. This is Owen. Sweeper's there with him, stamp shoot. Back beyond Barmby. Rigobert Song now. Offside against Owen, who was unhappy with the ball through. They're worlds apart, the likes of Michael Owen and some of these Rapid Bucharest players in terms of lifestyle. Schumacher. Maldorashanu gives it back. Needs approach play, but Carragher broke it up again. Westerveld away. Barmby read that one from Stanciu. Mutika with a challenge. Alfrasinanu. Barmby again working hard to get back at him. And he's won the free kick here, Nicky Barmby. Showing great industry again. He went through the tired couple of years. What happened to him when he was a young lad?
Well, I think, you know, he suffered for a while with shin splints, which held him back. He was restricted in the work he could do on the training ground and his match play. And it's taken him a while to get back that energy, which you know, he showed in his early years when he used to be non-stop and tear defences to pieces. And
it's just the old give and go there. Nicky Barmby nearly got in again around the back, combining with Murphy.
The great thing about Nicky Barmby is that he loves to play 1- and 2-touch football, and therefore makes it very, very difficult for people to mark him and very, very difficult for people to tackle him.
56 minutes gone. Liverpool's 6th corner of the game. Barmby raising an arm to Babel, perhaps, who's attacking the near post. Now a chance for the home side on the break. Schumacher lacking a little bit of pace off the starting grid. And Barmby away. Murphy for Liverpool. Carragher. Ziga's committed himself there. This is Iftodi. No free kick given. It's just been thrown on the pitch there, actually. Like a drumstick or a plastic piece from a flagpole has just been thrown onto the pitch. Inside. And supporters unhappy with the decision. There, you can just see it there, at the top of your picture. Again, what would have happened if something had been thrown out from a stand on an English ground? You'd have heard all about that. Good ball. Diomed finds Murphy. Bernard Diomed again. Murphy steps inside the end sheet. Not by the sweeper, Stanciu. Approaching the hour. Liverpool still with a 1-goal advantage. Panku. Show can only head it down to Schumacher. Toddy attacking the box. Danger here, but crowded out. He held on to it too long. And beat Mahaman. Well, all alone it seems. Owen through to Haman. Back to Owen. He'll try a shot from there. This is Barmby. Haman still on the edge of the box. Owen arriving from the deep. Barmby looked for him. You really get the sense that although Rapid are enjoying a fair amount of possession, Liverpool have the extra cutting edge and will find the net again. And they also have Robbie Fowler doing a couple of bunny hops and warming up down below me. But Rapid will make a substitution imminently. The man who will be coming on for them will be Radu, a striker, Sergiu Radu, wearing 11. He came this summer from the Trial Petrosana club. Played in that international against Mexico in the early part of the spring. Prasinanu, Schumacher, Maldarashanu. Ziga gobbled him up. Could well be Konstantin, the striker, who comes off. In fact, they thought that Radu might have started with Panku. A lot of people here, so that would be my guess. Barnby de Song. Not really done anything, has he, Konstantin, up front?
No, he's worked quite hard in the first half and made some good runs down this right-hand channel, but in terms of his creativity, really he's done nothing at all, and it doesn't surprise me the slightest they've made this change. But he'll need to be a fantastic player to upset the back four of Liverpool at the moment, I think, because although their recent form says they do give goals away even when they're in control of games, you look at this game at the moment, you think, well, it would have to be a really poor mistake by the Liverpool side to allow Rapid back into this. And certainly on the break, with Nicky Barnby breaking, we saw Haman break some 2 or 3 minutes before, Murphy and Owen linking up, then certainly you would think there is another goal there for Liverpool if they push themselves to get it.
And that would surely be home and hosed for them, because Rapid Bucharest, poor travellers in Europe. They lost in the preliminary round of this competition to Mika Asterek away 1-0, and lost in Skonta Riga last year against Skonta 2-1 in the Champions League preliminary. Liverpool could do with the buffer, the second goal. A little bit cooler now in the ground. Very warm at kick-off time. And there's Robbie Fowler. That's a sight for sore eyes if you're a Liverpool supporter. And out with the ankle injury, picked up against Glentoran. 150 goals he scored for Liverpool. Just as he overcame a bad injury, picked up against Everton. Picked up the other one at the start of this season. Prasinanu. Combining here with Isaila. Beyond Haman on that occasion. Ziga, wow, they're rather languid at it. I don't think he's first team sharp, Christian Ziga. Haman, good vision, and Barnby again. Into space, Owen on the edge of the box. Murphy wanted to play back slightly deeper and gets it. And the goalkeeper, just off the top of the woodwork. The goalkeeper spread-eagled and really gone the wrong way. Recovered, I guess, well. Murphy unlucky for Liverpool. Lovely sweeping break.
It was, and Barnby did again very, very well there. He got down that right-hand side, and he could have played it into Michael Owen's first run, but he waited and he waited until Murphy arrived at the edge of the box, played a perfect ball into him, and it took an excellent save from Lucescu just not to go in the net.
Here he is again, safe pair of hands, just flicked beyond the bar, the angle of bar and post, and hit the stanchion at the back. An effort from Murphy. Ziga back forward, and Owen can't challenge for it. Could have been offside, he did, and the flag caught him. It's not a bad ball that wide. Was Radu, he's on the end of it, and that's probably the best move Rapid have put together throughout the game. Radu combining there with Itodi, who started on the left this evening, has gone away to the right hand side. He's caused more problems over there, and this is the third corner kick for the home side. Schumacher. Maldarashanu gives it back to him. Again, good work by Haman in the first place, but they've gone beyond him. Not beyond on show. This is Bernard Diemé. Not a bad move by Rapid Bucharest.
No, the most exciting one so far, and it took a good tackle at the near post there to stop him getting a touch and giving Westerveld his first real problem. But as you mentioned before, you look at Liverpool's back four and they look very, very solid. But certainly Ziga does need this game. He does look a little bit heavy-legged at times and hasn't got the sharpness that we know he's got and the quality that he's got defensively and attacking-wise. And on a number of occasions in the first half and even in this second half, he has looked not the player that we know that he obviously can be.
Rigobert song for Liverpool. Wants some movement. I think he wanted Michael Owen to come short there. He's won the throw-in nonetheless. Played against Newcastle in the 97 UEFA Cup for Metz, did Rigobert's song. And he is with the British side in the competition. Competition in which we have such a wonderful record over the years. Liverpool winners in the 70s twice. This is Carragher. Jamie Carragher, butter boy during Liverpool's great years. Ziga flicks it deftly towards Diomed. Owen! Well, he's missed a couple, Michael Owen. Murphy looks for him again. And the defender did enough move to get it cleared away. But Michael Owen's missed two now. He's been in such magnificent form. You wouldn't credit it, really. Now Panku. Will that act as a fillip for the home side now? It's Liverpool quickly back into possession. Song out wide to Barmby.
We saw there it was a great ball into the box, and Michael Owen was free and really just failed to make good contact with it as it came into the 6-yard line.
Diomed looks for him again, it's beyond Owen. Fascinanu away. That's the drive from Haman. Liverpool have had far more goal attempts, far more of the possession. They've been a long way the better side.
There's the fans here in Bucharest as well. They've been really got behind their team for most of this game, but just in this last 5 or 10 minutes we've started to hear one or two moans from them that they know that they've got problems trying to break this Liverpool side down.
A long, very optimistic drive by Daniel Panku up and over the bar.
Would that be the first sign of desperation?
I think it might be right. That's Radu, who came on as a substitute, hasn't had a great effect really. Sando Vesto, apart from the shot by Panku that was blocked, has hardly had a worry. Fascinanu. Radu making a run down the left, blocked by Song. Good combination between he and Barmby throughout the evening, and Mutica again to the goalkeeper Lucescu. Golden era of football for Romania at national level, possibly coming to an end. After the 94 and 98 World Cup, Euro 96 of course, the manager Angel Iordanescu took them to England, again to these Euros, but that side is ageing, and where will the new heroes come from? Iordanescu has been critical of too many youngsters leaving Romania at too early a stage. That's offside. Again, it was Marius Maldarashan who started it all, but it was clearly offside against Panku on the edge of the, about 5 yards outside the box.
Yes, it was just offside, but it was a little bit worrying that Ziegler there just ran out. See him running out there, and the other back three stayed in. Obviously understanding still needs to be worked on before Ziegler established himself and feels comfortable in this back four.
So, the Dutchman here. Away £4 million worth of Dutchman, to be precise. Away downfield. Ianchi heads out to the far side. Now, Bernard Diomed. Vegard Hagen started to warm up for Liverpool. He hasn't played since he picked up an injury for Norway in the European Championships in the summer. It was a thigh strain. He was due to be out until the early part of next month. Ziga closes in, and again hardly broke sweat with the clearance, Christian Ziga. Maldarasanu. Well, the referee going up. And a yellow card for the challenge of Ancho, which means that was very, very close to a penalty. Ancho thought that Panku dived. I've got to admit, I thought he did as well, but he tagged him on the edge of the penalty area, according to the referee. That was just outside the box, and that shows that perhaps one or two of the Liverpool players have just nodded off here. 21 minutes to go, and this is the response of the home fans. Iptodi, and that's well wide from Frasinano again. He's been involved in nearly all the set pieces, but he's yet to hit the target.
Well, he's the man that fancied the score, but I think he was slightly off balance when he hit that second one, because he made his move for the first ball to be played to him. It wasn't played, he hesitated, he took a step back, and then it was played into his path, and I think he rushed it slightly, was off balance slightly, and we saw the resulting shot sliced off and wide of Westerveld's goal.
Forward by Iptodi. Back into a more central role now. That's where he started the game, went left, came out to the right hand side. Radu. Putting on by Isaev. In midfield, Maldoresanu. Yenchi, we haven't seen a lot of him coming forward. Taking on Diomed, he trapped him well. Very well indeed. Confirmation of the yellow card to Stefan Ancho on the edge of the penalty area. Just wondered, Ray, whether they got into the comfort zone there a little bit too early in the game.
Well, possibly. We've spoken about Panku on a number of occasions that he will throw himself to the ground, and certainly, you know, on that occasion there could well have been elements of a dive to it. But the back four have just got to stay switched on and concentrate. If they concentrate with Haman and Carragher doing a good job in front of them, then there should be no problems throughout this game, and I'm sure Liverpool have got a second goal in them. But if they do switch off, and particularly with Ziga possibly tiring a little bit because of his lack of match practice, then it could give Rapid a little opportunity to get back in this game.
Westerveld, who slipped, got it away from the Ziga back pass. Frasinano and Barmby again, industrious on the Liverpool right. Another Rapid substitution about to be made. I think it's going to be Buga who comes on. Michai Buga, a 22-year-old, one of 4 players to sign this summer from the Brasov club. We'll wait a moment for that substitution to be made. This is Song, away by Mutika. Now Frasinano gives it away. Song down the right. Tired looking ball. Could well be. If Tody's just glanced across to the bench and he's been told, I think it'll be he that comes off. There he is at the centre of his screen, but here was Panku in an offside position. So on comes Buga and off comes. Well, if Tody's now shaking his head across towards this touchline, as if he can't believe it's he, but he was told moments ago, and here he is. It's a very warm night.
To be fair to Toddy, he has worked extremely hard in that midfield. He's tried to break from the middle of the field and join the front two whenever he possibly can. And I think, obviously, Idiescu, I think he just thinks that, well, bringing a fresh pair of legs on who can do that job, because if Toddy, I think, is now starting to not look as sharp when he makes those runs.
Maldoresanu to Ienchi. I really think they'll see a 1-0 defeat against Liverpool as something of a moral success. Frasinano's crossfield ball, gobbled up by Haman. Murphy. Certainly the sting has gone out of the game. That's a good ball over the top by Ancho. Barmby's up after it, keeper out. And in confident style, with Liverpool the throw in. Well, Nicky Barmby was quite right to want to take it quickly. And the referee had to bring out a yellow card. Lucescu had done his business by heading the ball out of play. I don't know why he carried on running to grasp it. Nicky Barmby was well within his right to try and take that throw in quickly.
I think Lucescu there, he realised that if he didn't grab the ball at Nicky Barmby, as bright as he is, would have thrown it into a yellow shirt, and the keeper would have been isolated out by the corner flag. So he took the chance of keeping hold of it and got the resulting yellow card because of it.
Danny Murphy tried to wriggle, get the cross in, couldn't. Lucescu, always got the beast to his back four. The beast of war. Let me remind you, is our movie tonight. Channel 5. Murphy with the challenge again. Mutica for Rapid Bucharest. I think at club level, the days of the likes of Stauer coming through to win a European trophy, as they did in the mid-80s, a long time away. Such is the economic situation here. Still great poverty. And one of the people we've spoken to said the revolution hasn't changed their lives one little bit. Here they come again though, Rapid. This is Buga. Oh, he did well. The flag was raised. Maldarashanu and Buga combination, but Maldarashanu had strayed into an offside position. I think he's been a bright spark for them. He was offside by around about a foot, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely offside there. When the ball is played, you can see that he's behind Babel there. Certainly an offside decision and a correct one. But what Rapid have done now in a last-ditch effort is to move Maldarashanu back into the middle of the field, where he was more productive in the first half, but I think it's probably a little bit too late for them now.
Just under a quarter of an hour left. There is Maldarashanu. Jimenez worked hard on that left for Liverpool. Letting him drift inside. Someone else take over there, and it's Murphy. Frascianu. Schumacher. Well, he dropped rather theatrically, and the referee totally non-committal. Wonder if Robbie Fowler will get a run out for Liverpool. Fans would love to see him on there in the closing 13 minutes or so. Certainly it would give Kevin Keegan another option with the German game coming up as well, a fit Robbie Fowler. Blocked by Ziga. Haman and Barmby gives to Murphy early, moving it quickly on. Mutica breaks it up. Now Schumacher. That was a foul by Nicky Barmby. Drifted across Barmby, and the merest contact saw Konstantin Schumacher falling forward, the former under-21 international.
The slightest of touches there by Nick Barmby, wasn't it? But there was contact on that occasion, and again the correct decision.
Away and cleared out by Ziga towards this near side. It'll be played now to Barmby. If you were to bring Robbie Fowler on, who would you take off, Ray?
Well, I would think a straight swap with Michael Owen. Robbie Fowler's capable of playing up there on his own with Murphy off him, and Michael's done an excellent job in this game, and there is no real sense in risking him anymore, I would have said.
Barmby drifts inside Mutica. There's Owen on the edge of the penalty area. Still Barmby tried to play him in. He was onside as well. The flag had stayed down. Maldarashanu up to Panku. This is Ienshi. Again they look for Panku. The layoff from Radu gave him too much to do. Schumacher again though. Isaila. Square for Maldarashanu. Buga has given them width over there. And he's won the free kick here against Christian Ziga.
Well, it's really a rash challenge here, isn't it? He's forced off the ball, and you see Ziegler just rush into him there, reckless, and They're giving them a free kick in a dangerous area, to be fair, but I'm sure that looking down at the bench, Robbie Fowler is stripped off, isn't he? It's only a matter of time now before we see him. It's just, who do they bring off?
I wonder if Jimmy Traore will also get a late run. Christian Ziege does seem to be tiring a wee bit. Up he rises. Moncho's header took it away from him. Mienchi. Son closed. Didn't commit to the challenge wisely. And Michael Owen comes away from Flashinano and wins the free kick. A dogged piece of play by Michael Owen. Missed a couple of chances, but was hugely instrumental in the goal. And Phil Thompson applauds Michael Owen, as he knows that it will be he to come off, and Robbie Fowler will get the run out for Liverpool. A 10-minute run out, and Robbie Fowler makes his return.
Well, that's a good sign for all England supporters as well as Liverpool supporters to see him out there. Obviously he's got a bit to do to get his match fitness up, but certainly to have him out there again, probably a bit earlier than people expected him to be out there in the first team action, so that's good news, and he's looking trim as well, so I'm sure he's put a lot of hard work into getting back onto the first team action.
Now Song played in the game against the Youths on Monday, an hour game. In fact, there were 2 half-hour games, I believe. The reserve team match against Sheffield Wednesday had been postponed. This is Barmby on the drive. Robbie Fowler, the best goal poacher in the English game. Manchester United fans will point to Andy Cole. Leeds, I guess, to Harry Kewell. Thierry Henry of Arsenal, in outstanding form over the last 12 months. But Fowler is that penalty box predator. So, made sure it was out of play. Yeah, I think Jimmy Traore is going to come on. Come on, Jimmy, says Gerard Houllier. And that should be a straight swap with Christian Ziege as well. Now, half a break on here. This looks dangerous. And Oncho could be in real trouble. And Stefan Oncho, unless the referee deems that was a dive, could be in serious trouble here. And the referee says it was a dive. And the yellow card is given to Radu. And that has prevented Stefan Oncho being sent off. It would have been a second bookable, and the yellow card is for the dive for Radu. And a moment of high anxiety for the Liverpool bench and Stefan Oncho as well.
Well, it was an interesting one, that, because when Radu went to the floor, for all intents and purposes, the referee, to me, had given the free kick to Rapid and was going to book Stefan Oncho. And then when he got to see who it was, it looked to me that he changed his mind and decided to book Radu for a blatant dive.
Well, that's an interesting one with 8 minutes to go. This is Radu. Liverpool are going to send on Traore any minute now, and Christian Ziege will be substituted. Sound evening though for them so far. That was a worry. They do need Sami Hyypiä back as soon as they can get him back. And that really, I'd say, is the first thing Sandor Westerveld has had to do all night.
Yeah, it's the first time he's really got his gloves dirty, I would say, but it was straight at him, comfortable save, body behind it, not a problem whatsoever.
There's Traore. I just saw again well, it was a dive, wasn't it, by Radu. Good decision by the referee moments ago. Robbie Fowler, first touch, Ienchi takes it away from him. Another chance now to bring on the 20-year-old from Laval in France, Jimmy Traore, in his 8th game for the club, and Ziege holding his groin. Now that's a worry again with West Ham coming up on Sunday, and you know West Ham will really put it in at Upton Park. They're desperate for the points. Off in the first half, injured for Liverpool was Emil Heskey, and now it looks as if Ziege's picked up a groin strain.
Well, he does certainly look a very tired player as he comes off there. but he's done a good job considering he's had very little match practice whatsoever recently. But hopefully, because he certainly has looked a tired player in this last 10 minutes or so, hopefully in that last 10 minutes he hasn't strained something, because obviously when you do get tired you are more vulnerable to picking up strains.
He's just sat down actually, and Dave Galley, the physiotherapist, just had a word with him, hasn't gone over and seen him at all, although now the doctor has, and he's putting, it looks to me as if he's putting an ice pack on it, Hartwell and the doctor down there. So a little bit of concern then for Christian Ziege. Brassinano, edge of the box. Westerveld was decisive. Just over 5 minutes to go.
Phil Thompson, the assistant manager, by his standards, he's had a quiet night tonight. Very rarely has he come out of the trainer's box to get the team going. But just in this last couple of minutes, he's jumped off a couple of times there and saying to the back four, come on, let's get tighter, let's stop them from playing. We've got this game won. Don't let's slacken off and let them back in it.
This is a moment of danger though, because it's Maldorashanu, Schumacher. What a great first touch. He's taking it wide. Brassinano. And again, Jamie Carragher's on hand to block it and get it away. Haman full of running still. Mutika sweeps it out. Blaming a deflection as well. I don't think Sandor Westerveld has kept it in play. A fourth corner kick to Rapid Bucharest. 4 minutes to go. And all Liverpool's hard work on the evening be spoilt here. An energy sapping, very warm evening. Schumacher's corner kick, Westerveld unopposed. And Angel Iordanescu will fume at that. Makes the comfortable catch. Well, that's up here on the gantry. I thought you were going to put a name on that, right?
As the ball comes in, it's a very comfortable catch for Westerveld there. You know, he's kept his concentration all night. He's had very little to do. But what he has had to do, he's done exactly right. And you know, that's what a manager wants in the last 5 minutes. Cross comes into the box and the goalkeeper gets hold of it. What he doesn't want is a kick that followed it.
Bucharest, once upon a time home of the dreaded Vlad the Impaler, but Rapid have hardly put the bite on Liverpool tonight. This is Barnby. Ooh, the man waited for it to come onto his foot, it didn't. Panku. The man available wide, didn't use it. Still Panku. Ran it on show. Maldorashanu to Buga. One of the hardest jobs I think he's ever had, Iordanescu here. Having to rebuild Rapid Bucharest. Buga. Throw-in is his only reward. 2.5 minutes to go. Liverpool fans, long journey. Not the most attractive of cities to come. Not yet, although they're working hard on the tourist industry here. Bran, the village of the Dracula history, gets a lot of tourists. Ski resorts as well, dotted around the country, and then the Black Sea resorts. Well done to all those Liverpool fans who've made the journey over. Stanchuk. Mutika Square. Yenchi. Seeing a lot of the ball in that position. Maldorashanu. Bobbled awkwardly for him. Now Nicky Barnby in the closing couple of minutes. Buga. Diomed again closing. Maldorashanu. Away by Jimmy Traore. Now Haman. Murphy breaking away here to the right. We're entering the last minute now. There will be stoppage time though. Chested neatly down by Enti. Wouldn't have counted. Fowler was in an offside position. Because of all the substitutions, there will be, I would imagine, about a couple of moments of stoppage time at least. Back heel, this is Radu, half a chance. Panku, very brave block by Traore. And Panku's gone down holding the upper part of his left boot. He just followed through in his shot there and caught the foot of Jimmy Traore.
He did. It doesn't surprise you to see Panku on the floor. He's probably spent more time on the floor than he's actually spent on the ball in this game. And it was a good challenge there from Traore. Had to get a block in because Panku did have a good shooting opportunity, and Traore did his job very, very well.
Now Buga. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be played. Fans drifting away though. And a few derisory boos as they drift away for the home side. Maldorosano skipping beyond her man. Now that was a shot. We talked about desperation earlier, that definitely was one.
Oh, it was, yes. I mean, it gets through to the players eventually when the crowd start to whistle and jeer, which they've started doing this last 5 minutes. Obviously, it's got through to the players on the pitch. And, you know, obviously, Rapid fans and the Rapid players will be disappointed that over 90 minutes, they've really only tested Westerveld with one shot straight at him and a ball into the near post, which was cleared by Babel. Apart from that, they really have not caused any problems to Liverpool after the initial 5 minutes.
Concha away. Maybe a shot or two of Tweaker, the Romanian plum brandy, might have done them really good at half-time. I can't very much if they had it. It's fiery stuff. Free kick though. And this is where Liverpool will have to hold firm. Frasinanu, Mutika. Tired ball. Diomed. And his touch took him into a troubled area, but in the end he was confident enough to hold on to it, and he wins the free kick for the challenge by Buga. What made of him tonight, Bernard Diomed?
Well, he's shown some neat touches, but I haven't seen as much of him as I would like to in tonight's game, because certainly when they moved their team around at half-time Rapid, I felt that if Diomed could get on the ball, he could actually get at Maldorosano and cause some problems for him, but he's never really done that. But he's done a good job for the team. He's played on that left-hand side, he's covered in front of Ziga, he's now helped Traore out, and he's prepared to track up and down that left-hand side. But I'm sure back in England, home at Anfield, when they're attacking more, we'll see more tricks from him.
Hundreds of fans have left the ground. It's a very strange atmosphere in these closing stages. It can't be more than 4,000 or 5,000 in the stadium. So it's a signal that Liverpool have done their job and done it without any great deal of fuss tonight. Fowler glanced it. Anxious to get the run out tonight. And he closes on Mutika. A minute to go. The GLSD fans have given up. This is her man. In fact, the referee's blown. I make it a minute early. But a very successful night for Liverpool. It wasn't a classic, nor an epic of attacking football. A measured display by Liverpool. They got the goal they needed with a lovely run by Michael Owen to set up Nicky Barmby on 28 minutes. Owen himself missed a couple of chances. Good to see Robbie Fowler back, but injury worries to Heskey for Liverpool and also perhaps to Christian Seeger. But Liverpool go away from the GLSD Stadium from the first leg of this UEFA Cup first round tie, winners by 1-0.